Hi, future flight attendants. Have you been applying for so long to the point that you failed hundreds of job interviews already over the course of many years? Tapos naging kilala mo na ang mga ibang applicants and kayo-kayo din na nagkikita tuwing open day. You've memorized the process already, the initial interview, the height and weight measurement and all that stuff. Kilala mo na ang guard, kilala mo na ang interviewers, memorize mo na lahat ng questions, memorize mo na lahat ng mga answers, nag-shift ka na sa tourism, you've watched all the job application tutorials on YouTube, you've bought all the how-to books, you've watched dozens of webinars, you've enrolled in an FA school already, you've prayed in Quiapo Church and Baclaran Church and kung anong church pa yan, kung ano na ginawa mo sa mukha mo o sa buhok mo, pwede mo na nga ipangbili ng kotse yung ginastos mo sa pamasahe kaka-apply, and you find yourself staring at yourself in the mirror with tears in your eyes, telling yourself, ano pa ba ang kulang sa kailangan kong gawin? What else do I have to do? And you ask that question you've been dreading to ask yourself. Is it time to quit? How do you know when it's time to quit? Before I give my answer to that question, let's go through some of the things I just mentioned earlier because hearing myself saying made me think about them. First, what did I say? I said that you've met so many applicants already and aspirants who are in the same situation as you are, apply and apply. But is that a bad thing? And if that's not a bad thing, if you think that's a good thing, have you been grateful for it? For the new people the new friends you've made? What else did I say? Tourism. Nag-shift ka na sa tourism. I actually know of aspirants who have actually done that. Let me tell you now. If you're enrolled in another course and you're thinking of shifting for the purpose of being in a better position to become a flight attendant someday, listen, you really don't have to do that. If it's going to cost you additional years, or if it's gonna cost you more, if it's gonna cost you more financially, or if you don't really, you need to have more reasons than that to shift, to make a big decision like that. Not just for the reason of wanting to be a flight attendant someday. You know why? Because we job interviewers have past applicants coming from different college courses. So there is no special, what do I call that? There's no real advantage that I can really think of. No considerable, substantial advantage that applying in tourism or shifting to tourism will afford you. All right? Tapos ano pa ba sinabi ko? Nag-enroll ka sa FA school. You enrolled in an FA school. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. But before you spend a fortune on FA schools, and maybe a fortune and the kind of money that you don't really have in the first place, listen to what I want to share you about a survey I made recently, where I asked active flight attendants this question. Itong tinanong ko sa kanila. This is how the actual question goes. If may humihingi sa'yo ng payo kung kailangan bang mag-aral sa flight attendant school bago mag-apply as cabin crew, what would your advice be? Ayun yung tanong. That was the question. Do you know what the answer was? Do you know what happened? Can you guess in your mind? This is what happened. 55 of them said no, you don't need to enroll in an FA school. So 55 out of how many? That's 55 out of 57. That means only 2 of the 57 said yes. What does that tell you? That's 96% no, and only 4% of them recommending that you join flight attendant schools. How do you explain that? And don't worry, I didn't have that time to answer them ask them for the reasons behind their answers. But one of these days, I'm gonna ask some of them, and I'll share with you what I find out. All right, so let's go back now to the big question: when is the time to give up? You know what my answer is? My answer is, as long as your efforts are making you a better person, then you should never give up. But there is a condition that you need to satisfy if you want to continue trying. And what is that? That is, you should keep yourself productive or occupied. You should hold a fulfilling job where advancement and further learning is possible, or you should start your own business. At the same time, you could also be gaining new skills and knowledge through further studies, mentorship, or self-education, or any other form of education or learning. You know, you need to do this in case, just in case getting to your goal takes too long, like the way it's happening for a lot of you, or in case it never happens. You know, you never become a flight attendant. Because let me be honest with you, I'm not gonna make bola. That's possible. It's possible that naibigay mo, nagawa mo na lahat, and you still in the end don't become a flight attendant. It's possible because so many thousands want to be a flight attendant. There's so many few job openings. So what happens, right? That means a lot of the aspirants, no matter how hard they try, it's still possible that you don't achieve your dream, that particular dream. And in the end, if you don't achieve your specific goal, then you want to have the same things that specific goal can give you. What do I mean by that? Is travel the reason for your dream? You can do that too if you're an executive or an entrepreneur with a big paycheck, diba? Is it the glamour and admiration you're after? You know, people who excel in their particular fields have that too, like great writers or athletes, chefs, fashion designers, bloggers, and other influencers, and so many more, right? Some aspirants I know who ended up in great careers other than being an FA are happy where they are. And they credit their FA dreams for taking them to an equally wonderful, if not even better place. So, when do you give up? My take on that, never. But make sure you grow and keep climbing to your next level along the way. Now, how's that for a career strategy?